Coming up tonight at 5, an update on the Silas Clay murder trial. The defense calls Denise DiMuccio to the stand. Will the Queens cosmetician's testimony free Franco?
Hey. Oh, this is kind of hot mess territory.
Yeah. Well, it's been kind of a hot mess of a day. But now that you're here, it'll just get better.
Oh, really? Thank you. How's Julian?
Hoping everyone doesn't worry about him.
Really? Wait, is he here?
He said he had some important business.
Boss, you've got a visitor. Julie. Welcome to Casa Corinthos. Wow. Sam told me the big news. You guys are making it official. Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Me too.
So did you set a date and everything already?
No, we haven't had time to plan.
Yeah.
We haven't had time at all, really.
You should probably get somebody to help you with that, you know. I hear Maxie's looking for new clients.
Hi.
Sorry I'm late.
Okay.
Visiting my sister at
Oh.
Shady Brook.
How is she?
Honestly, she's all over the place.
Emotionally or
Oh, yeah, everything, the things she's saying, and
what kind of things?
like Silas Clay is the one that took Ava's daughter.
What the heck is this new DNA test baloney, huh?
There's no baloney here, Mr. Muccio, or should I say, Miss Jerome, because this test will prove that you and Ava Jerome are the same person.
You know something? You've been watching too many sci-fi flicks. Ava is dead. I'm Denise, and anything that says otherwise is a lie.
I have hardcore proof, Ava.
And what you got? A magic 8-ball?
The evidence in my possession will prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the only liar here is you. That Ava Jerome is alive and well, and you are her.
Why would Silas kidnap Ava's baby?
I have no idea.
Nina didn't say? Okay, well, Nina and Silas have always had a complicated relationship, to say the least, so maybe she's just trying to get back at him or something.
Yeah, but he's dead. What would be the point?
Is there ever a point when Nina's concerned? I mean, she kind of just does things on impulse.
Or loses her mind.
Or that.
Yeah. Look, I know that Nina does some pretty crazy stuff.
Really crazy.
I know, and I know she's got a vengeful streak, all right? But she's been getting better lately, and her and Silas were finally starting to get to a decent place.
So you don't think she's lying? Okay, well, if Nina wouldn't give you a reason why Silas would take
It's
Avery...
not that she wouldn't. It's that she refuses to tell me.
Why?
Because Franco made her promise not to.
You think you got me nailed, don't you?
I know I do.
Based on what? Your so-called evidence?
That's right.
And we're supposed to, what, just take your word for it? If you got evidence, I want to know where it came from.
What's with the face?
No face. I'm just not sure if I want my wedding maxified.
Ah, yes, Maxify.
No, just whip it. Any messages? No. Oh, except Brad Cooper dropped this off. Wasn't sure if you wanted it back. Something to do with test you ordered.
Julian, you're back. I was getting worried about you. I saw the news. They said you were arrested.
Yeah, thanks to our idiot new DA, but Alexis got me out.
Just like that.
Judge knew she couldn't refuse bail. The case was completely false anyway. I doubt it'll even make it to trial.
What does Alexis say about that?
Well, she's an attorney. It's her nature to be cautious. But she agrees that the charges have no merit.
Go ahead, Mr. Cooper, run some tests. They bore bountiful fruits.
Where did you get this make-believe DNA test?
That's a fair question, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And beside the point,
The point is that it's fake. You dummied up evidence to try to shift the blame from your client.
go on, keep denying it, because there's one more count of perjury coming your way.
Could you do something?
Well, as far as the prosecution is concerned, the guilty party is still sitting at the defense table.
No, she's sitting pretty up here on the witness stand. You know what happens to people that swear to tell the truth and they just spew out lies?
This is outrageous.
I would like to submit this into evidence.
Whoa, hold on. Not before we know where it came from.
From General Hospital by trained technicians.
How vague.
It's authentic, which is more than I could say for you.
I've got to hand it to Julian. I think it'd be really hard to focus at work with those kind of charges hanging over your head.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, he's not a stranger to these kind of situations.
I'm just kind of surprised he would find much to do at the paper at this hour.
You are you?
Yeah. Did he say what was so important?
Nope, he didn't. Maybe there's a bloodbath in arts and entertainment. Or the copywriters are revolting because of the Oxford comma.
Okay.
You should really investigate.
I get it. Obviously, this is a touchy subject.
Obviously, you think your father is up to something.
Don't you?
He swore to me he left the mob, and I swore to him that I believed it.
Okay. Well, good thing it's just you and me now.
And our friend Cabernet.
Do you believe him?
He's unarmed.
Thank you, Philly. I'll let you know if I need anything to go ahead and go. Aren't you violating your bail associated with the likes of me?
Actually, I am.
Oh, then it must be important. What do I owe this honor? Oh, hold on. Let me guess. You're soliciting donations for your legal defense fund, or you're here to protest your innocence, or maybe you just decided to confess your sins.
Do I believe Julian? How about you go first? Do you believe him?
Me? Well, I haven't seen him since his arrest, so I don't know his side of the story.
So you think there's two sides of the story?
Yeah, aren't there always?
Okay. So you think he's capable of lying to everyone and gunning for Sonny?
I think he's capable of anything, Mom. This is Julian we're talking about. We know exactly what he's done and what he hasn't done. I mean, this is the man that used my child as a shield against Sonny.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Do you think that he would ever do that again? I don't. I know he loves Danny.
No, I know he loves Danny, too. And I agree. He has come a long way since he first got to town.
See, that's the question that'll always be there. How long of a way?
If you're looking for a guarantee that Julian is telling you the truth, I can't give you that. But I don't think anyone can. Maybe he can't even.
So all I've got are my instincts, which are not very dependable. Or I just go on faith, and I'm not very good at that.
Well, you're not going to do that anyway. And this doesn't mean that Julian's not telling you the truth. What do your instincts say?
My instincts say that he's telling me the truth. So I'm an idiot.
No, far from it.
It does look bad for Julian, with this guy they've got in custody, saying that he's his boss. Julian's saying that's not true. So if I keep second-guessing everything he says, I'm going to drive myself insane. So I'm just going to trust him until he proves otherwise. No matter what Sonny says.
So you want me to confess to being back in the business?
Well, technically, to never leaving. And as a gesture of goodwill, I won't say anything.
It's big of you.
Yeah, well, the cops won't have to know. Alexis won't have to know. But here's the thing. We're going to have a new understanding.
Well, thank you. And so what's our new understanding?
From then on, You report to me.
So I'll be kissing your ring, huh?
If that's what you want to call it, confess your sins and I will be forgiven. And not because I'm a nice guy, I'll do something else for you. I'll take care of your loyalty problem.
Loyalty problem? I wasn't aware I had a loyalty problem.
No, what about the rat at the PCPD? The one who rolled on you to the cops. I will exterminate him free of charge.
You are a son of a bitch. I knew it. It was you all along. You set me up.
So do you want this?
9. I got what I needed out of it. Good afternoon, Herr Baldwin.
Chief Ulbrich?
I need to see you.
I can't talk right now. My son's trial is taking a beating. Morgan Corinthos just testified that Franco tried to kill him with the same knife he used on Dr. Clay.
That's not good.
You think? I gotta get back in and try and save his life.
Then I suggest you get to the hospital immediately.
You're not listening. Franco is in big trouble.
And I have information to get him out of it.
Are you sure you don't want to hold on to this? I can store it for you.
Not necessary. Please discard it.
Okay.
I'd rather not have it traced back to me.
Enough tap dancing, counselor. Divulge the origin of your evidence or move on to another line of questioning.
Brad Cooper, the lab manager at General Hospital, ran the tests.
And the samples?
Well, the hospital records will confirm their authenticity. This woman's DNA is identical to that of Ava Jerome, which means...
Which means nothing, Your Honor. And so what? So my mother lied about my birth again. Not the first time, probably won't be the last.
What are you implying, Mr. Muccio?
Miss Jerome.
Saying it repeatedly doesn't necessarily make it true, Scott.
Maybe not, Rick. But this will. I'd like to enter into evidence the DNA test that was performed on Mr. Muccio in May. It was a blood smear. And then in August, there was a DNA test that was a saliva test. And even though they're from the same person, it doesn't match.
Make your point, Mr. Baldwin, as simply and coherently as possible.
Apparently, the DNA in your hair, skin, and saliva can't change. But the DNA in your blood can change, especially when you've received a bone marrow transplant. And in Mrs. Jerome's case, it was from her daughter, Avery Jerome.
What is he saying?
So, let's start at the beginning, shall we? You survived your fall off the Port Charles Bridge, only to be nursed back to life by Dr. Silas Clay, who then discovered that you had cancer.
Your Honor, is counsel asking the witness or is he telling her?
Is that a yes or a no?
No.
Silas then figured out the only way to save your life was through a bone marrow transplant.
Again, still not hearing a question.
I'll allow it, but get where you're going. And quick, counselor.
Dr. Clay knew who you were all along, didn't he?
No.
And that secret became too much weight on him, and he was going to tell the world, and the only way to silence him was to murder him, right?
Cannot believe you saying I'm setting you up.
This makes sense.
In what universe?
The one where you vowed to avenge Duke's death.
No, you're the one who ordered the murder.
This is payback. You're painting me as a liar.
No paint required.
Okay, you hired a plant to put the blame on me, Sonny. Admit it.
Okay, let me guess. You're saying that I attacked my own organization, had one of my men shot to frame you?
Yes.
That's diabolical.
And right up your alley.
Okay. It's not, Mom. It's not even 5 o'clock yet.
It is somewhere.
Oh, that's true, actually. Wait, you're not actually letting Sonny get to you, are
He
you?
always gets to me. He pushes my buttons and he likes it. He's even more skilled at it when I'm vulnerable.
Well, this is Sonny we're talking about. He does despise Julian.
Okay, so I'll try to ignore him. Try to. I really envy your relationship with Jason.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
I do. I mean, with the two of you, there was no compromise. You didn't try to drag him away from the mob or try to change him in any way. You just loved him. End of story.
And then he died.
Do you regret being with him?
No, never.
Rest my case.
spoken like a true lawyer.
I'm also very, very skilled at changing text. So, how are you?
That's a good question. I think I'd be better once Franco's trial is over.
Poor Kiki.
Yeah, I know. It's awful, isn't it?
Yeah, her father's murdered. The guy she thought was her father's accused, and her aunt is subpoenaed.
Wait, what? Denise? What does she have to do with this?
I guess they think there's some importance to her testimony. The defense feels that way. I hope it doesn't let Franco off the hook. Unless that's what you want.
Mom, what I want is for Silas's killer to rot in prison for the rest of their life.
And you're not sure that person is Franco?
I mean, I thought I was sure at first, but then I talked to Kiki and she didn't seem to be convinced. She thinks that someone else is responsible.
Isn't Nina promised Franco that she wouldn't tell you why Silas kidnapped Avery? There can only be one reason. She's protecting Franco.
Oh, and I said as much, and she still gave me nothing. Just wanted to trust me.
That'll just take time.
I know, and I thought we were getting there. Especially after she confided in me about Madeline.
Oh, what about her?
Well, apparently she has been trying to get Nina to sign this. This is consent. It basically grants her and Rick unfettered access to Nina's inheritance.
Are you serious?
Yeah, apparently Madeline thought she could get away with this while everybody was preoccupied with Franklin's trial.
Wow. And I thought your biological mother was bad, but at least Obrecht actually cares about people other than herself.
If Scott Baldwin calls, drop everything and find me.
Will do. What's that about?
No idea.
What is taking him so long? I gave Baldwin everything he needed.
You dragged me over here for a science lesson? I gotta get back to court.
Take those with you.
I don't know what I'm looking at here.
DNA tests.
I don't sprechen Sie Deutsch. Whose?
Denise DiMuccio's, Ava Jerome's, and her daughter Avery's.
And that's gonna help Franco? How?
They prove Ava Jerome did not die from her fall off the Port Charles Bridge. She survived and is masquerading as Denise. The proof is right there in your hands. I just hope he knows how to use it.
You and Silas cooked up quite a scheme, didn't you?
No, we didn't. This is insane.
So insane that it almost worked, except for Silas's conscience. He, unlike you, couldn't stand to see your daughter, Kiki, in pain. The pain that the two of you caused her, making her believe that her mother was dead. Who does that?
This has got to be badgering. No?
Well, if Ava Jerome is indeed alive, then she faces trial for the murder of Connie Falconeri. People have no problem with this line of questioning, Your Honor.
Well, I do.
Well, this will all be over when you tell the truth. Tell the court what we already know, Ava, that you were indifferent towards your daughter's feelings. You didn't care about her tears, her pain, her grief.
It is not true.
Oh, yes, it was. As long as you were in the clear, you didn't care whether she cried herself to sleep at night. What a price to pay for your freedom, huh?
You think I don't care? You think I don't love her? That girl is my heart and soul. Everything I've done for her. I've done for Kiki and her sister. I came back here so I could be with them.
Who came back? Who came back? I need verbal confirmation here. Who came back for those girls? Was it Denise DiMuccio or was it...
Ava! Ava! Damn it! I'm Ava Jerome.
I have some theory.
Denying setting me up?
Does that surprise you, Julian? Go ahead and tell anybody that's going to listen. At least you'll have Alexis on the hook.
You leave her out of this, Sonny.
Why? Because this is what this all is all about, isn't it? Grandstanding. So sooner or later, she will see the light. But you know what? Here's one thing. If one thing you don't know about Alexis.
Don't lecture me about my girlfriend, all right?
I think you need to hear this, Jules. Alexis is a very intelligent woman. She's only going to let you lie to her for so long. She builds cases. She draws conclusions. Sooner or later, she's going to find out that you're lying. And you are screwed. She's not only going to kick you to the curb, she's going to turn on you.
I know it's frustrating, but you're just going to have to let the legal system do its job.
I know. I wish it had a better track record.
Someone is going to pay for what happened to Silas, one way or the other.
I hope so. He did a lot for my family, Mom. He saved Danny's life, and you know what? In a way, he saved mine too.
So where were we before Obrick got all Obrick on us?
You were trying to convince me to hire Maxie as my wedding planner.
Yes, I take it that's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Well, I was just saying that maybe, maybe the whole situation is a little, I don't know, overwhelming.
What makes you say that? The fact that I fled the proposal scene without giving Jake an answer? It's kind of ridiculous, but...
Is it ridiculous?
What do you mean by that?
I don't mean anything. I'm just asking if you are overwhelmed or you're having any misgivings, then maybe you should listen to me.
So much for being happy for
No,
me.
I am happy for you. I'm happy if Jake's the right guy.
If? What do you mean if? I thought you were over your little issues with
I
him.
am because it's important to you. And Jake has done some nice things. I mean, he's great with the kids.
And with me.
Yes. But the fact remains we don't know who he is or where he comes from or what his past is like. We do know that he's capable of some pretty violent acts.
Because Helena conditioned him to be.
I know that. I understand that. But we're talking about, making bombs and shooting police officers and taking hostages. That's pretty dangerous, Elizabeth. That's a skill set that you learn.
So
I'm just saying that the life that he came from probably, that was part of it. Preparation goes into learning how to do those skills. And so I want you to know what you're getting into. We're not talking about a knock on the door and it's an old girlfriend or an ex-wife or something. We're talking about dangerous people knocking on your door.
So what am I supposed to do? Just put my life on hold until I know something that I may never know?
I just want you to be safe.
And Jake has protected me from the moment I met him. I didn't run after he proposed to me because I question who he is. He caught me off guard. Okay, I'm scared. I mean, let's face it, my track record's abysmal when it comes to relationships, right? So I just needed some time to myself, and I went to the chapel. And Sam happened to be there, and she actually was the one who told me I shouldn't close myself off because of the past. That I've been given a second chance, and I should take it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, okay. You're my best friend, okay? You're family to me, so if this is what you want, I trust you. And I trust Sam. So if you're on board, I'm on board.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
And when am I going to get to say the same to you? You guys live together. You and Sam are in love. Come on, when are you going to propose to her?
I had to move on with my life after Jason died, and Silas helped me see that. He helped me believe that I could love again.
Just ask Patrick.
I know. I will be forever grateful to Silas for that.
Me too.
He deserves so much more, Mom.
All right, so let's hope that the scales are balanced, at least just a tiny bit right now in court.
Settle down, everyone.
Am I hallucinating, or did she just...
No, you're not hallucinating.
Oh my God, Morgan. How can this be true? Is my mom...
I demand that the charges against my client be dropped since the true killer is on the stand.
No, wait. Wait just a minute. Yes, I'm Ava. And yes, Silas Clay performed a bone marrow transplant to save my life, but I did not kill him.
So, we're supposed to take you at your word after this debacle?
I've got better than my word.
I've got proof.
Ava, please.
Your wife did it. It was Nina Clay, or Lansing, or whatever the hell she's calling herself.
Who took this?
I did.
So you admit that you were at the scene of the crime?
To talk to Silas, not kill him.
Talk to him about what?
He was going to tell Kiki the truth about me. And I went there to beg him not to. When I arrived, the door was open, and Nina was kneeling over Silas's body, with a knife in her hand.
So you took a picture of it? Why didn't you try to help him?
I thought it would do any good. I would have. But I could just take one look, and I knew he was gone. The father of my child. The man I once loved. It was terrible. And of course I wanted to confront Nina, but she was there. She had a weapon in her hand. We all know she would have used it. So I took the picture, and I got out of there.
Your Honor, I'm afraid I need to take a recess. It seems that I have no choice but to charge my wife in connection with the murder of Dr. Silas Clay.
Okay, I should probably get going.
Hot date?
Yeah, you know, I'm picking up Patrick from the hospital.
Oh, good. Well, I'm sorry you wasted a trip. I don't know where Julian is right now.
Are you kidding me? Time with you is never a waste.
Oh,
I love you.
I love you so.
And tell Dad I said hi.
I will, honey.
Oh, and Mom, do me a favor. Can you let him know that I'm on his side?
Think you've got it all figured out, huh?
Not everything, but when it comes to you, yeah, pretty much.
It's gotta feel good to be king, to claim all of Port Charles as your own.
You know what? It would feel so much better with my boot on your neck.
Meanwhile, your true enemy is gonna have a gun at your back.
A 10-minute recess is granted. Seems like everyone could use some time to regroup.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Don't even think about leaving this courtroom, Ms. Jerome. We're not through with you yet.
Mom. Is it really you?
It's really me.
So you really think that Rick and Madeline are trying to fleece Nina? What are you going to do about it?
I'm going to let her sign this, for one. I am not going to let Madeline hurt Nina ever again. She's done enough.
I'll say.
Speak of the devil.
Madeline?
Other devil. Rick, aren't you supposed to be in court prosecuting Franco?
Yeah, we're in recess. Some new evidence has come to light.
What kind of new evidence?
I'm sending it to you right now. It requires your immediate attention.
What do you need me to do?
This is exactly what I didn't want to have happen.
I wasn't going to let you go to prison. Exposing Ava was the only way to go.
Where'd you get this information? It's from Obrecht, right?
She wanted what was best for you, as do I.
What's best for me is what's best for Nina. And you and Obrecht, you may very well have just really hurt Nina.
And saved you from a life in prison, punching out license plates.
Herr Baldwin, it's Dr. Obrecht. Again. Call me immediately. I require an update on the trial.
Silas helped Ava to become Denise, and Franco knew? What? Why didn't he say anything?
Because Ava's in possession of photographic evidence that implicates my niece in Silas's murder.
Nina. I should have known she'd have something to do with this.
The love-struck trottel will sooner go to prison himself than risk his suffering. But I won't have it. I cared too much for Franco to watch him throw his life away. Thus, I have conducted a thorough investigation.
More DNA?
Need these. There's a doorman's log from Ava Jerome's building. Silas Clay signed in to visit her apartment hours before he was murdered.
After Olbrich, you are good.
Not really.
Well, now all we gotta do is get you up on the stand.
I won't testify. Franco made me promise not to breathe a word. He can't know about this. It came from me.
Well, that's just great. How am I supposed to present evidence if I can't have a witness to back it up?
Denise is the only witness we need. Put her on the stand and expose her for the fraud she is. Please forgive me, Franco.
I can't believe this is real. I missed you so much.
Oh, me too. I'm so sorry that I had to keep this secret from you. Hey, I'm sorry that I lied to you. To both of you.
Sorry to interrupt, but we have business to attend to. Ava Jerome, you are under arrest for the murder of Connie Falconeri.
Day 2, Elizabeth. Brad and Lucas already giving me the grills about asking Sam to marry me. I don't need it from both sides.
And with good reason. Sam's obviously crazy about you, and I know you feel the same.
Yes, I'm smitten.
You're living together, you're raising your kids together. Isn't this the next logical step?
Definitely.
So what's the holdup?
There's no holdup. It's no holdup. It's just, it's just life. Look, I know Sam loves me. We're very happy. We get along great. It's just, every once in a while she'll hear a motorcycle go down the road, or she'll hear a song on the radio, and she'll get this look on her face, and...
Jason?
Yeah, and I get it. I understand it, Maybe she's not totally over him, and that might just be something I have to live with. I just hope that she can trust the life that we're building. I don't know.
You don't know what?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. I was talking to Elizabeth.
Oh, you were?
Mm-hmm. What's up? You hungry?
Yes, I'm hungry. I'm really craving Little Buddha.
Ah, that sounds good to me.
Yes.
Yeah, you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Ready to go?
Bye.
See you later.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Good to see you.
You too.
So, happy to go with your pops?
He wasn't there, but I had a really good talk with my mom.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. And, well, she was convinced, or seemed to be convinced, that he's turned over a new leaf. So I decided to follow her lead.
Hey, there you are. You just missed your daughter.
Oh, is everything okay?
It's more than okay. She came by to let you know that you have her support.
Well, that's some daughter we created, huh?
Mm. Why are you surprised? Look at who her mother is.
Mm-hmm.
So, how it worked? You finish everything that needed to get done?
Some business is never finished. So what's going on in the rest of the world? Any updates on Franco's trial?
I haven't heard a thing, and Denise isn't back yet.
What's taking so long?
Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Do they have to be so
right
tight?
to an attorney. You cannot afford an attorney.
No, it's not all right. None of this is all right.
I'm going to be just fine. And so are you. Morgan will take care of you.
Yeah, Morgan, you do that.
Do you understand these rights that I've read to you?
Yes.
Take her out of here.
Don't worry about a thing, baby girl. How is this happening? I just got my mom back, and now they're taking her away. I have to go be with her.
You brought Franco away yet?
Just a slight change in plans.
You told me it was a slam dunk.
Don't worry about Franco, okay? He's not important right now. Ava Jerome is alive.
Oh my God. Nina killed Silas.
I don't know, but she was definitely at the scene and lied to me about it.
I don't know what to say. They're making you bring her in?
We need answers, and apparently my sister has them.
Bye. Is everyone ready to pick up where we left off?
Your Honor, in light of Ms. Jerome's testimony, I think that any further prosecution of my client is a big waste of the taxpayers' time and money. Silas Clay's murderer is not in this room. She is in a secure wing at Shady Brook. I move that all charges against Franco be dropped.
No, you can't drop the charges.
Let me
don't listen to me, Your Honor. No, I did it. I killed Silas. On the next General Hospital.
I'm gonna make her pay.
Valerie's pregnant.
We slept together. That was wrong.
You're gonna give me $500,000?
I murdered Silas Clay.
What Ava did to me was way worse.
You know what?